minute I was sitting here, I'm like, you know what? Sora really is more lame than Min Min. And then I started watching Min Min again lately, and I was like, maybe not, but it's close.
No way, not a chance.
I mean, honestly, thank God for, who is it? Who's been playing Sora from Japan? I forgot.
Kameme.
Yeah, Kameme. If it wasn't for Kameme, I would look at Sora and just straight up believe that this is the lamest character in the game.
If the only Japanese representative of Sora was Komura Kiri, like, yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah.
But Kameme's sick.
And it's not even me doing the whole, like, oh, Japanese is cooler thing or whatever. It's just, no, it's just Kameme is the only person who makes that character look sick.
Kameme is sick. This is actually a matchup that I feel like is probably one of the better openings you could see for Quinn, because a lot of the times Incineroar can really feel like a grappler to shut down potential openings from from a lot of your out of shield game and out of shield reversals. Still not great, but
it's not a good matchup. It's not terrible, because like it's the same thing that Incineroar has with a lot of characters that are like Game & Watch. He's gonna have a bad time until you give him an opening, right? But the problem is that Game & Watch doesn't give as many openings as other characters do. One with the up air, right? Incineroar doesn't exactly have the most crazy tools to get out of that scenario than Nair. I mean, it's hard to get those revenge punishes as well, so. Yeah, this matchup kind of sucks.
Yeah,
it's not
ouch.
undoable. You have to be a lot more patient.
Like Glass half full, like a character with a lot of good grabs that can potentially close out stocks. Maybe you get some opportunities there, but there's a reason this Palutena is going second in order to try and not only make up the dividend, like so, finding that clean back air off the side, but then turn it into advantage now that you know the Pac-Man is going last. A good gamble from Quinn.
Yeah, no, honestly, not a bad start here either. I mean, that was definitely rough with the Game Watch versus Incineroar, but he evened it up very quickly. Now it's just a matter of trying to wrangle in the Sora here, which is tending to be a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, as I was mentioning earlier, like not only does Sora have some good two-framing options with forward tilt and down smash, but you also have a Nair to contest Palutena's. Forward air is also insanely huge. You can play a really solid long-range neutral, but when Palutena gets going, her Vortex is so strong and able to intercept the aerial sweep at exactly the right point, which is straight from above.
And now the interesting thing here is now Quinn, right, who lost the first stock, was able to take the next two relatively easily, and is pretty much tied here in a last stock scenario for Sinji, right? However, like we were talking about, Sinji plays a very patient Pac-Man, and Quinn tends to play on a bit more of the explosive side. Like you were mentioning, once he gets going, he kind of just, that fire just doesn't really get put out.
Oh, for sure.
However, outside of just the hydrant, there's a big chance that this is just going to be a very tough scenario for Quinn moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just such a huge fan of how Quinn has been able to like turn this Palutena deficit, turn a deficit with Palutena into just so much, because you're just playing so solid. Like sometimes you just gotta use back air and throw Sinji off of the ground, get him to try and respond. Explosive Flame doing a very similar thing. Like force Sinji to answer what you're going for instead of letting him just exclusively set up his game.
That was interesting. He actually threw out the bell, and normally, Pac-Men are going to try and go pick up the bell, but actually with Quinn being as close as he was, Sinji just kind of sat there and waited to see if he was going to dash attack to pick it up, in which he would have got a punish out of that, but no, Quinn didn't bite, and Sinji just sat there and just let a whole charged fruit go away, but does get the up air at the top to close it out, and now this is a very interesting matchup here with the Dr. Mario versus the Pac-Man.
Yeah, the raid boss has been defeated, but can you clean up and finish your food?
That was a potentially very scary spot there, especially Pac-Man being at 112. Apple is a very strong projectile that sends you up as well.
Got to be so careful with so many of these. If Quinn rather can get a hand on some of these habits or some of these tools that Pac-Man uses, he's got a couple of clean specials to get around a lot of the and hold on to Bell or whatever item it is for a good long time, or you can just flat out read an air dodge with that double back air. As you were mentioning the first time we saw this character way back in the start of our block, Dr. Mario's got some pretty good frame data.
Yeah.
You see it right there, the double back air.
No, again, he's got great frame data. It's just he's short, stubby, and slow.
Can't use it.
Like I think it's almost the same as regular Mario frame data, if not the same. But like again, he's just a little bit slower when it comes to some stuff. But yeah, not looking too bad here. But ooh, we're gonna see the snake come out. I'm actually really interested to see how that one plays. So that's actually to be replacing the Sora, which honestly not too bad, considering the Sora just didn't really seem to be that much of an effect. Look at Quinn, dude, he's got a smile going on. He's grinning.
Nothing can beat a player who is confident and feeling like they're playing good and enjoying what they're playing. And that's some of the huge benefits of alternate formats like this, like Squad Strike. You just can feel like you're having a fun time, even if you're playing against Sinji's Game & Watch. It's like, oh, you know, but I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
And it certainly is.
So part of me here kind of wonders if he still should have started with someone else, like maybe just start with the Palutena. I mean, granted, that's assuming that he knew that the Game & Watch could be coming out here first, but not looking too bad, though, because he has been trading with some hits, and that is a huge revenge. And actually, he's going to be able to close it out, making me eat my words. All right.
When you find the openings against every character with Game & Watch, when you find the openings that he gives, you're able to really make him feel the damage and feel like you lose stocks early. And holy moly, barely missing it. That's so tragic, but you're still in such a good position. This Incineroar finally getting a chance to riot, and he's almost getting a downer as well, but the train keeps coming,
Listen,
Skip.
I'm telling you, I am an Incineroar pessimist as much as I love this character. But this matchup's even.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And it's also my favorite matchup in the game to play.
It's very funny. I've seen it played at many different levels.
Snake Instant is honestly, if you guys have never tried Snake Instant at home, play it. That matchup is just so fun.
All right. Well, it's Pac-Man or die here in the winner's bracket for Sinji. Got to ride on the main, and you've got a chance to get some momentum as well, thanks to Quinn choosing last for the Palutena. But if you're seeing this as writing on the wall for Quinn, like, any damage you get here as Doc feels amazing. And 50%, some pretty good damage. Yep.
We saw him try to get a counter hit with the Nair at one point. Ooh, the air dodge up. I don't like that. And actually, Sinji didn't get much out of that. Well, kind of unfortunate for him.
Yeah, the one benefit for Pac-Man, despite his grab being really good, doesn't have too many throw combos.
Ooh, okay, I like the cape. Just kind of sending that hydrant just up a little bit. Getting a little bit of damage. Nothing crazy here.
All right, what's up can this platform lead to? Amazing parry on the part of Quinn and going in that instant reversal. Okay, I get it, right? Like, all right. That's the end of this doc, right?
Yeah.
That's the end of this.
I'm actually being put like off a little bit here too, because on the other side, on the Melee stream, there's actually a Dr. Mario playing, so I keep hearing go, woo,
oh yeah, over on
and I'm like, was that going from here?
Over at House of 3K, as the outside close out the stock, over on Twitch, House of 3000, they're doing giant Melee, which is just hilarious.
Yeah. I love it, man. I don't think we have enough giant Melee tournaments, to be honest, but
too seldom. Needs more.
It's a funny time, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's just really goofy characters.
That's the point. That's why I love like Collision here running giant Melee doubles for everything and Squad Strike. Like alternate formats are so cool.
And now we have our next match coming up here, which might be our final set for our block, but it's going to be Jackal versus Fawn. A tri-state showdown here. Now, this one should also be very interesting because Jackal, obviously, we saw him play Wolf and Sonic earlier, and I
think
forget
his
who else.
Third was Sephiroth, but I'm not sure.
Okay, I wouldn't be too surprised. That's a character that can poke pretty well. But Fawn is also a player who plays one of the more uncommon characters here and does it at a very, very high level with Duck Hunt. Yeah. Listen, I respect it. But listen, Sinji's not a low-level player. That was like a low-level player thing, and Quinn honestly was just not giving him enough respect.
He's one of the most patient players. He's going to let you take the ground. It's like, all right.
He's like, you can hit my shield. I'm not rolling behind you. But he ended up still getting it anyway, like with the up smash there. But
yeah, he's got it.
Like you're right, man. He's not that impatient.
But Quinn was able to take advantage of the fact that like, if Sinji's just going to play like entirely reversal base and like wait for me to mess up, I'm just going to not mess up. I'm going to use my good frame data, use my good speed on all of these, not speed, but good frame data on all three of those characters, and turn Sinji into just a constantly on the back pedal. And that fast game plan worked out like a charm.
Yep.
As you were mentioning, though, we are going to be getting Jackal and Fawn up to deck. And speaking of these two,